Hi, I'm David with Soggy Doggy, and today I'm here with my dog Tavi to show you how to shave the bottom of feet. So, when you're getting ready to shave the feet, you want to have a set of dog clippers. We use the Andis AG2s at our shops. You want to have a 30 blade so you get a nice close cut when you're shaving the bottom. Now, if you only have a 10 blade at your house, that's okay too. And then if you have a real small dog, you might try one of these. This is called a toe blade. It's the same height as this 30 blade, but it's smaller, so it works better for little dogs. So when you start to shave the feet, what you want to do is get this little bit at the top first, and then focus from going from the toe to the back. And what you're going to try and do is clear off all of this extra hair. Then after that, we are going to go and I'm going to show you a technique to get this hair out from in between. So the important thing about when you're shaving the feet is holding the clipper properly. You want to hold it on the sides, but don't do a hold like this. So what we're trying to do is have a 45-degree angle as we're cutting. So that means as we come through, we want to basically be able to get a finger on the back side. When people hold like this, it tends to lift up and not get a close cut. So just keep it here, or if you're going upward, you hold on the back, but never with your palm. So we're going to start by going from the back of the pad forward, and that's just going to get that little bit of hair that can bring in mud from the house. And that's just a really quick motion. You see, it didn't take us long at all. We just got that cleared off. Then we're going to focus most of our energy on going from the tip of the pad back towards this back big pad. And the hardest thing for people to learn is to keep the clipper on the pad. If you're up here, it's not going to cut. You got to make sure to stay on the pad. I'm going to come around these outside edges as well, but not over to the top. We're going to come here and get some of this longer hair here like this. Just like that. And that's cleaned up most of this hair right out of there. Then we're going to work on this V groove. And what you want to do is have a really exaggerated scoop. So we're going to go straight down into it and then really turn it. And what a lot of people do is they keep going in the same direction. What's best to do is do that once, turn it over, and go the other direction. And you can see how that's clearing it out. Now I'm going to do the other side. And you can see that has gotten quite a bit more out. There's usually this little bit of chunk of hair here, and so what I do is just kind of clean it up with a couple short strokes like that. And as there is. Then what you're going to do is you're going to look for anything that you may have missed that might be a little bit long. And that's pretty good. Now there is one thing I want to make sure to point out for when you're scooping out, and that's the placement of your blade while you do it. So when we're scooping, we want the tip of the clipper to be in the bottom of the V groove here. If you extend over, you take a chance of nicking over here. So keep the clipper right on the edge there and vice versa on the other side. The other thing I want to make sure you know, don't try and go in between these pads and dig down because there's webbing in there and you could nick the dog. But what you can do is come at it repeatedly at the side, but no going down scooping into it. So I'm going to shave the front foot now. It's very similar. You just have to be careful about how you're pulling back the leg. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull back, but try not to pull too far away from the body. And so then we're going to do the same thing. Again, from the back pad forward, real quickly. Just get a couple passes there. Like I said, that'll make it so there's less coming into your house. Then we're going to get the big stuff off the surface and come along the outside edges and get that extra hair that can make them slip and fall. And a little bit of hair here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come at the sides without scooping on these front ones. But then you can see there's lots of hair here, and we want to get rid of that because sometimes dogs can step in sap, they can get gum in there, and then also sometimes it can get really matted. So now we're going to go ahead and take care of that. Again, don't go repeatedly in the same direction. Go both directions before you try to do any cleanup work. And you can see, now we just get that little bit in the bottom of the V there. And there you go. In another video, we can show you how to clean up the fronts of the feet. So the first time you do this, it may be a little bit rough, but I don't want you to worry about that at all, because the most important thing is to get that hair off of the bottom so the dog doesn't slip so much, and make sure there's no matting in there. You'll get better and better each time you give it a try, and your dog will do better too as they get used to you doing that. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please hit like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you real soon.